Hello, friends. Welcome to Level Up with Debbie Neal. I am your host. There is nowhere I would rather be than right here, right now with you. This podcast is all about leveling up in all aspects of our lives. Thank you for being here. I am so grateful. I'm excited to be on this journey with you. Together, we are leveling up. You ready? This podcast is sponsored by Richard Eidelberg, CPA, PC. Richard has been my personal accountant for 5 years, and our relationship has grown into an incredible friendship. He now serves over 30 members in my business. His firm specializes in corporate tax, financial bookkeeping, and management advisory services for small and medium businesses. His expertise is helping his clients manage the intricacies of tax law and teaching small and medium-sized businesses how to navigate the tough landscape of tax. And I really have to add something personal in here. I recommend Richard to everyone I know. He has financially changed my life and helped me take the worry of the financial part. I earn the money and he teaches me and does everything for me possible. I cannot recommend this man enough. He will work with you to create an action plan in order to organize your business finances, which in turn affects you personally in so many amazing ways that you didn't even know. So you can email Richard at info@thecpausa.com, or you can call him directly at his office at 631-623-2400, and you can visit thecpausa.com to contact and learn more, and we will upload all of his information to the show notes below. Hello, my Level Up family. I'm so happy to be here with you today. Last week, we spoke about elevating our leadership. That is our goal. That is our mission, to elevate, to grow, to expand. Our success is a direct reflection of our leadership. This week, we're going to dive a little bit into one of the tips that we spoke about last week, self-awareness. And we're going to talk about what self-awareness is and how to improve our self-awareness. So let's talk about why self-awareness is important. Our self-awareness allows us to improve as human beings, right? So we're on this journey to level up, improve, right? Improve our leadership, but we're also improving ourselves as human beings. We all have opportunities to improve and grow our personality. Like, who are we? How we show up in the world, right? Understanding our personality, understanding how other people perceive us impacts and influences our capacity to grow. So what is self-awareness? Okay. So anyone who is committed to self-improvement, personal development, expanding your leadership, and leveling up, it is crucial and important to understand yourself, who we are, and how we show up. Because again, we're here to level up. In order to level up, we want to understand like where to work, right? What we can improve on and focus our energy there. As leaders, we want to build the ability to look within, inside of ourselves. And here's the reality, my friends. Most people don't, right? If things don't go their way, maybe they think it's the circumstances. Maybe they think it's the company. Maybe they think it's the season. Most people are looking around. They think there was going to be something external that is going to change their results. Now, most of us have heard this quote: those who look on the outside dream, those who look on the inside awaken. The goal? What is the goal? To understand our strengths, but also to identify our weaknesses. We don't want to run around our weaknesses. We want to identify them because we want to grow as a human being. Pay attention to our thoughts. Are your thoughts positives? Are they solution-based? Are they rooted in commitment and vision? When we build self-awareness, we do the work to peel away the layers and really take a look at our belief. So what belief system are you operating on? Do you believe in your dreams? Okay. Now we talk about this in several episodes. Like we could say our dream, we're going to be this, we're going to create that, we're going to go to this level, we're going to have this in our life. But like, do you really believe it? Like, is it like a knowing? Do you believe you have the ability to grow to the top of your company or your job or your field? Do you believe you can win? Do you believe that your team can win? Do you believe you can inspire and lead others? Do you believe you can have and create anything that you desire? Being self-aware on how you truly feel about these things, my friends, they're huge. I mean, honestly, some people will live it in la la land. We're saying one thing, but our actions are not, they're not in alignment with our words because our beliefs aren't attached. And then we're like, we wonder why things don't happen. This is where self-awareness comes in. Remember, we show up at our belief level. Most people, they aren't aware how they're seen in the world, felt by others, and heard. We've talked about this, and it's always worth repeating. We operate at our belief level. We show up at our belief level. It's vital to be self-aware of this. You can work all you want, like, right? Continue to do the do, pound the pavement. But if your underlying belief in yourself and in your abilities is wavering, you're going to show up that way all the time. If you're in a business of asking other people to join you and you aren't building your belief, it's showing up. People want to follow commitment. They want to follow vision. They want to follow strength. And that doesn't always come with results. It comes with that belief of knowing where you're going. This is self-awareness. Are you aware? Okay. Now, as I speak, right? And you think, wow, like I'm not aware or I'm not. This is not to condemn you. It's to be like, wow, I'm going to take a step forward. I'm going to change what I'm doing. Like I'm going to become self-aware because here's the reality. We're all leveling up to get results, right? This is self-awareness. Are you aware how you are showing up and how you are perceived by other people? And this is where mentorship and being around people who inspire you to be more is huge. You show me your friends, I'll show you your future. See, here's the thing. If you hang around with friends who don't believe, if you hang around friends who are spectators versus players, you're not going to really see and understand how you're perceived because you're all looking through the same lens. How do you respond to things? Are you aware how you respond? This is self-awareness, right? So let's talk about self-awareness when it comes to things not going your way. So let's just say that you spoke to somebody about your business, right? Whatever business you're in, okay? Whether you're selling products, whether you're selling a service, you're in business. You own a business. You're an entrepreneur, okay? You could own a restaurant in that case. And for whatever reason, somebody chose to buy from somebody else. They chose to eat somewhere else. They chose to use a different painter, buy products, you name it, okay? Or what if they decided to actually, instead of just the products or service, what if they decided to build a business? They joined somebody else, not you. Okay. So as an entrepreneur, for me, I've experienced this many times and I'm all about class and I'm all about doing the right thing. And we always refer people back. But just because you refer people back doesn't mean that they need to do business with somebody else. Right. And so I've grown my leadership and self-awareness. Like I get it. Ideally, if you're the first person to offer somebody a product or an estimate for whatever you do or a business, it really would be nice if they chose you. But the reality is it doesn't always work that way. Okay. We want to learn to be classy no matter what. Our goal is to build an abundant mindset. I'd love people to join me, right? All the time. I'd love people to purchase me. That's the business I'm in but I want them to do it because they truly want to. Not because they feel obligated. And at the end of the day, I'm here to serve other people, to share with a full heart and always wanting my customers to be happy. So maybe instead of me, they purchase from their bestie or their sister-in-law. I don't know, whatever the case. Like, imagine if I called them and confronted them. Like, why didn't you buy from me? Like, why did you go to somebody else's restaurant? You know, I own a restaurant. I don't own a restaurant, but I'm just saying. Okay. Imagine if I called the other person who bought from them. Like, how would others perceive me? Okay. And I'm going to give you an example. I had an accountant one time, and he was an accountant of mine in a large firm for a while. And then at one point, somebody that worked for him ended up going off on his own. And I just had such an amazing relationship with this man that I made a decision as a client, as a customer, that I wanted to choose this accountant. Okay. So I decided to choose the amazing accountant that I am with now. I speak about him all the time. Okay. The reality was it was just a better fit for me. It was a perfect match. And I'm sure the accountant that I was with for years wasn't thrilled. Right? He wasn't thrilled that he lost me. I'd like to think I'm a good client. But he sent all of his documents to me. He wished me well with gratitude for our time together. Okay. And the reality is I perceived him as a professional man versus an angry, bitter scarcity man. So do you get what I'm saying? And you could think of 1,000 different scenarios. How we handle things matters. It's all part of our level up journey. Now, we also talk about feedback. If he would have asked me why, I would have explained all the amazing qualities in my accountant, Rich, who I have now, like the personal attention, the phone calls, the really making me feel like I was his only client, even though I know he has so many clients. Like, I wonder if this other person was self-aware of how he treated me. And not that it was bad, but it was just like, I don't know. I felt like I was one of 10 million customers, and that's not somebody. So again, we don't realize all the time how we're showing up. And it's really important to ask for feedback, because sometimes when people choose an alternative, it's not to be malicious. It's, I don't know. It was just how he was showing up and how I felt around my other accountant. Right. So as we dig deep into self-awareness, our attitude is everything. How do others perceive your attitude? Are you self-aware of it? Is your attitude positive? Is it future focused? Is it solution based? Is it based in commitment and vision? As we grow and expand, we're going to experience all different scenarios. We're going to go through situations, challenges, obstacles. How others perceive our attitude, my friends, it matters, right? Now we say, like, don't focus on what other people think about you. Okay. That's my thought. Like, don't focus about what other people think of you. But when I talk about how people perceive you, right, it's totally different. It's two different things. And it does matter how people perceive you. Our emotions matter, especially when it comes to leadership and expansion. Gosh, like, how do we handle adversity? How do we handle stress? How do we process a setback, a change, a challenge, a missed goal, something we feel is wrong or unjust? Do we complain? Are you negative? Do you blame? Does it derail you? Like, are you like MIA? How others perceive our emotion, that's part of our leadership. And our goal is to be really self-aware on how to process and handle our emotions, because it does affect the people around us. When it comes to self-awareness, we as leaders want to always look within. And at the same time, be aware of how we're perceived by our peers, the leaders like, that are above you, whether it's your boss, no matter what it is, and the team that you're currently building. How are the people around you impacted by your behavior? So, like, think about these things. If you're emotional, if you're negative, if you react with scarcity, how do you think people around you see you? Would they want to join you? Would they want to learn from you? Are you inspired by the way you, are they inspired by the way you show up and lead? Because all of this is really huge when it comes to leveling up. Let's say that you're in a business of asking others to join you and you're getting rejection after rejection after rejection. Now, if you're in any type of sales business, it is a numbers business. However, it's not just a numbers business. It's not just asking. It's asking better every time, right? Leveling up. So what do you do if you're experiencing this? Do you shrink back? Do you play small? Or do you level up? Do you look within and really commit to growth? Sometimes people are truly saying no to whatever it is you're offering. Okay. They don't want it. And that's okay. It's called sales. But sometimes it isn't your product or your service that they're actually saying no to. Let's just throw this out there because we're here to grow and growing is uncomfortable. Maybe they're saying no to you. To you. And this is where self-awareness comes in. Every single situation that doesn't go my way, I look inside of me. Gosh, how could I have been better? How was my energy? How was my ask? Ask, not my ASS, my ASK. Okay. What was my level of passion? Professionalism. My friends, success is about expansion. It's about digging deep. It's getting really intimate with yourself. Like what makes you tick? What inspires you? Your level of energy, the way you dress, the way you speak, right? The way we speak matters. And again, that's why we say don't compare, because we all start off with a different level of speech, even, for example, right? So I'm going to ask you a question. And if you use this word, please don't hate me. Okay. You might say, you know what, Deb, I love that word. I don't love that word. Okay. So I don't love that word. And seeing that it's my podcast, I'm going to talk about this word. Okay. Do you use word like ain't, I ain't. Okay. And I'm saying this with love because it matters. None of us are perfect. Trust me. I am a work in progress. Okay. But we do want to be self-aware on how we speak. So listen to the difference in these two sentences. Same meaning. They're perceived differently. I do not have any. Verse, I ain't got none. Okay. So you just heard those two. How did you perceive it? What was your feeling when you heard those two? Be self-aware. Our goal isn't to beat up on who we are. It's to level up on who we are, to become our best self. And self-awareness is a huge part of it. As we focus on self-awareness and how we are perceived by others, we learn so much about ourselves. Most do not take the time to look inside, to evaluate, and commit to improve. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. If we keep showing up the same way, we will continue to get the same results. If others see us the same way, we will continue to have the same level of influence we have now or less. People will follow you because of the person you are, but they're going to stay with you because of the person you become. We are on a journey to grow and be our best self. How do we increase our self-awareness, right? So now we know what it is. We know the value of it, but how do we grow it? And we start by observing ourselves. How do you show up? Do the internal work. It starts in our mind. Our subconscious mind is really, really powerful. That's where our past beliefs, they live. They hang out there, right? They're on like vacation on that subconscious island. We have beliefs on money that are living in our subconscious. We have beliefs on love. They're living in our subconscious. Okay. You ever hear somebody say, I'll never find the right one. Everything always happens to me. I always end up with people that are, bad or not good. Okay, that's your belief. That's your belief, right? Belief on success. It lives in your subconscious. Your beliefs on your ability. They live in your subconscious. Memories from the past that are the root cause of some of your reactions and emotions today. Most of the time we're reacting to any situation that's happening currently based on something that we've already thought or we've already experienced in the past. So for example, let's say you've gone for several goals in the past and you haven't quite hit them. And my friends, that's okay. It's called leveling up. It's called success, right? As you set the goals and things don't go your way. So maybe now you're setting new goals. Things aren't going your way. You might have a subconscious thought that leaks into your mind that says, this is a sign. It's going to happen again. Pull back, like beep, 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 evacuate the premises. Okay. The more we become self-aware, We start to analyze our behaviors. We start to peel away that onion. We work to make a conscious decision, to move in a new direction, to redirect those thoughts. That's where affirmations make a difference. We are reprogramming our subconscious mind. We also improve self-awareness by asking for feedback. This is where mentorship and coaching come in. Ask the ones you look up to. Ask the ones you love. Ask the ones you respect. It's not always easy to hear feedback, but it's vital to leveling up. Many get defensive. We may react like, you might hear feedback and you might hear, whatever your coach or your mentor has to say to you. And maybe you react with words like this. No, not me. No, I'm not like that. No. I don't do that. And you could, etc. Okay. What we see isn't always what other people see, especially those who have a greater level of leadership than us. They will see through a different level of leadership eyes. Another way to increase our self-awareness is to observe things that we don't love in others and every now and then realize, oh my gosh, I might do the same from time to time. And that's a wake-up call. Okay. So let's say you're listening to a leader speak. Okay. And you're part of a group that they're speaking to. I don't know whether there's 50 people there, 500 people. I don't know. Okay. And you're listening and you're hearing this leader, like instead of breathe life into people, kind of talking over them, taking control over them. Okay. And let's say you're kind of feeling management over leadership, but their goal is leadership. Okay. And then after witnessing it and feeling it, like a light bulb moment goes off for you and you're starting to realize, wow, like I think I do the same thing. I never got it. The person that you just witnessed loves their team. You love your team. You then realize both of you had no idea how other people perceived you. And you think, wow, how must I have made other people feel in the past? And I say in the past because from this point on, we're going to do things differently, right? Your self-awareness increases because you now understand how that is felt by other people. You saw it firsthand how it was perceived. And as we become self-aware, we are growing our personality traits, our leadership traits. We achieve self-awareness by looking in, committing to growth, asking others, how are we showing up? When we get upset, when we get frustrated, when we become emotional, don't look outside. Look within. What is triggering this? Where is the opportunity to grow? Leaders learn how to pivot into their power as we build self-awareness. We are a work in progress, right? We're a work in progress. So here's like a scenario that one of my last thoughts I want to leave you with today. Okay. It kind of ties in with like being self-aware. Let's say I mentioned, Tiffany and Company. You have an image in your head, right? If I were to mention Louis Vuitton, one of my favorite brands, you have an image in your head, right? I say Gucci, you have an image in your head. I say Kmart or Walmart, no offense to them. You have an image in your head. Okay. So when somebody says your name and they attach it to whatever it is you're building right now, whether it's your profession, your career, your business, your team, whatever it is, what do you feel their images in their mind when they hear your name and your business? Are they seeing you as professional, classy? Are they seeing you as somebody who just dabbles a little bit? Are they seeing you somebody that shows up like you are a boss? Or do they see somebody that really shows up kind of half in, half out, kind of interested, but not committed, right? You get to decide your storefront, but it's important to be self-aware because we're building that storefront each and every day. So be obsessed to be more self-aware. Ask the ones who you strive to level up to for their feedback. Success in leadership is about finding solutions and growing through all of it. So next week, we're going to be talking about servant leadership. Now, remember, Wednesday I don't know when you're listening to this, but if you're listening to it on the drop day, it's Monday. Okay. I drop full episodes every Monday. And then on Wednesday, affirmations are dropped. So the affirmation that's dropping right after this episode will be self-awareness affirmations. So we're going to be saying these affirmations, speaking them into ourselves, growing ourselves into a bigger leader and becoming more self-aware. Love you all.